Before your morning coffee cools, this ordinary breakfast staple will reveal more about us China dynamics than any diplomat could. We tracked identical white fears from Beijing food carts to Brooklyn brunch spots, uncovering why an egg costs less than a metro ticket in one superpower, but demands artisanal credentials in the other. Grab your chopsticks and credit cards. We're cracking open the world's TAST economic indicator. In Beijing's Kaoyang district, just before sunrise, delivery rider Li Qianji stops at a bustling street cart. For 3 yuan, about 42 cents, she buys a steaming jianbing, a crispy crepe wrapped around one freshly cracked egg. That single egg gives him 13 grams of protein, covering a quarter of his daily needs. Now shift your gaze to Brooklyn, New York, at a trendy cafe based in industrial lighting. Graphic designer Sarah orders an egg white breakfast sandwich. The price $4.50. The menu boasts certified human eggs from upstate New York, a phrase that means little to Lee but everything to Sarah. This isn't just breakfast, it's a live economic theater. The humble egg, identical in biological makeup, tells wildly different stories depending on which side of the Pacific it's cracked. Last December, our team visited grocery stores in both nations. In Beijing's Walmart, a dozen regular eggs cost 10 yuan and 80 cents, roughly $1.50. At New York City's Key Food, that same carton rung up at $3.29. At first glance, American eggs appear over twice as expensive, but let's crack this open further. Meet Zhang Wei, a Beijing software engineer earning 15,000 yuan monthly. His egg budget reveals something startling. With my salary, I could technically buy 18,750 ordinary eggs, enough to feed my family of 3 for 10 years. And now cross the ocean to Emily Thompson, a New York public school teacher, taking home $4,500 each month. Sure, my salary could buy 25,000 basic eggs, she laughs. But try telling that to my student loans and the Manhattan rent. The premium egg divided, both nations are seeing a surge in specialty eggs, but for different reasons. In Shanghai's upscale markets, selenium-enriched eggs packaged like luxury goods sell for 45 yuan per dozen. That's $6.30. Outpacing organic options. Yoppers here obsess over QR codes that trace eggs back to specific chicken coops. Meanwhile, at Whole Foods in Manhattan, the $7.99 organic dozen gathers dust. New Yorkers prefer pasture-raised eggs at $5.99, willing to pay extra for idyllic images of chickens roaming grassy fields. Let's rewind 30 years. In 1993, a Beijing office worker needed to work 90 minutes to afford a dozen eggs today. Just 18 minutes of labor. Flip to America. Back in 1993, 6 minutes of work bought that same carton. Now it takes 9 minutes, a 50% increase in time cost. This flip-flop mirrors the two nations' economic dance. While Chinese wages grew 12-fold since 2000, American salaries inched up just 48%. The egg, once a luxury in China, has become a protein source for the masses. The breakfast psychology. Listen to how people talk about eggs. Mrs. Liu, a Beijing grandmother, explains her 3-tier system. Cheap eggs for baking, mid-priced for omelets, premium traceable ones for my grandson's breakfast. You can't risk low-quality eggs for children. Compare this to Josh, a Brooklyn barista. I'll skip avocado toast before compromising on pasture-raised eggs. Those cages, man, I can't unsee those PETA videos. 2 worlds, 2 priorities, 1 universal truth. Eggs stopped being just food long ago.